YouTube, what is the deal? It is the one and only, the motherfrickin' man himself, Sleepy. Today, we are gonna do as promised, and that is another leak video, and I thought it is only right to do this video. I'm trying to be on top of Spring Summer 17 or just Supreme in general, and a huge bunch of leaks, a bunch of pictures and video has leaked from Supreme and Louis Vuitton. And honestly, the story behind this stuff is really unknown. You know, some people are saying it's Spring Summer 17. Some are saying that it's Fall Winter 17. And some are saying that it's not even going to drop with Supreme, and all these items that were shown and showcased on the runway at the Louis Vuitton show are just for Louis Vuitton retailers, and Supreme will not carry these items. Whatever the case may be, regardless, it is Supreme and it is Louis Vuitton or Louis Vuitton. So I thought that I should cover it, and I can just show you guys all these pictures. Maybe some of you guys follow the channel and aren't following or up to date on the latest drops with Supreme and haven't seen these pictures. That's why I'm doing this. First and foremost, follow me on Instagram if you don't already. It will be on the screen and in the description below. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway, and you will be needing to follow me on Instagram. So do that right now. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, then subscribe right now. Like I said, we are searching for 1,000 subscribers, and there's just always content being posted on this page. Golf Wing, Supreme, FTP, Stray Rats, just streetwear in general, fashion, clothing, all that good stuff. There's just a lot of good shit posted on this channel, and people seem to like it. So tell your homies. If you're not subscribed, then subscribe down below. This is my thoughts first and foremost. Honestly, I think a lot of this shit will not be for sale at Supreme. Louis Vuitton is just a very expensive brand. It is a name brand. It is a luxury brand. They do not make cheap products. Their shit's expensive, dude. Everybody knows that. So that's why I just don't think a lot of this stuff, like this huge drop, is going to be at Supreme. But I think that there will be certain items showcased here, or certain items like the items showcased here, that will eventually drop for Supreme, whether it be Spring Summer 17 or whether it be Fall Winter 17. I do believe that some of these products, or products like these, will be dropped at Supreme, and I will let you guys know which ones I think that is. First, we will get into it straight up. Here is a picture, one of the first pictures that leaked. As you guys can see right here, there is just a bunch of shit, dude. There is like this little travel bag, like this little in between a handbag and a duffel bag, like a travel bag kind of thing. It's just red leather with Supreme blasted across the side. There's a backpack, there's a fanny pack, there's a little toiletry case, there's a shoulder bag, and then down at the bottom you see there's wallets, and there's like a women's wallet, there's cell phone cases, there's travel bag tags, there's just, and then you have the red and black stuff, and then you have like this kind of Louis V Supreme camo going on right there. That was one of the first pictures that leaked, that got people looking. And then as the runway show continued, just bam, a bunch of shit came out. First, we will look at the backpack right here. Here is the backpack. The guy's wearing a denim jacket with that original Louis V and Supreme design that I showed in the first leak. But here is this backpack. Wow, dude, this thing is so fucking sick. Definitely all leather right there, and it's just got the LV in the corner and Supreme going down all the way in the middle. Man, very sick. A very clean piece. And then if you guys can see, in his back pocket, he's got like that Supreme wallet working in the back pocket. Damn, that thing is very clean and very sick. Definitely one of my favorite pieces that I've seen so far. And then here you go, you see the little shoulder bag this dude's got on. It says sup right here, and then on the other side maybe it says ream to make it supreme. If it just says sup, that is still very sick as well. Just a little shoulder bag. You put your keys in there, your wallet. You can put your weed and narcotics in there also if that's what you choose to do. Honestly, I think this is James right here. You can see this dude's face. I believe that is James. I'm not 100% sure, but that definitely looks like him. I just noticed that right now. But there's the little shoulder bag thing. And then here's another picture with just a lot of the items right here. As you can see, the cell phone case, it has like a little lock thing at the top. It says LV and Supreme. And then here is this dude carrying that little duffel bag, travel bag. Very, very sick, very clean piece. And then another leak that came before all of this was the Supreme and Louis Vuitton bandana. As you can see, dude has it on in the corner right there. And then there is dude with the little shoulder bag, the backpack. And then down here in the corner, you see like the backpack, shoulder bag, the little travel case, the fanny pack, and then the duffel bag all together in this little corner. Definitely the hardest pieces, in my opinion, of this whole drop. And then we get into the box logo. You see right here, Travis Scott was seen wearing this Supreme Louis V box logo. Very, very sick. This one's red and white. The old one was like the normal Louis Vuitton brown, and like a light brown and a dark brown. But damn, look at this box logo. Very, very sick. Travis Scott is wearing it right there. Here is another clearer picture right here. This thing is very sick. And this is one of the items that I believe will drop with Supreme online and in the Supreme stores. I don't know when, but probably Louis Vuitton will not release this shirt. Just because it's a cotton t-shirt and it's just like more of like a Supreme thing. This is a kind of deal that I think will be released with Supreme eventually. I'm not sure when, but holy hell, this thing is gonna be hyped up like a crazy box logo for sure. That drop is gonna be crazy. And then here's a picture of some glasses and a little like single fold wallet. Like, it's not foldable, it's just a little card wallet. It says sup with the LV. And then here are these Supreme sunglasses, like with this mirror print, and then it just says Supreme on them. And then there is another picture of Travis Scott right here wearing those glasses with the box logo. Not a huge glasses fan, but those are very, very sick. Here's more of the scarves right here. You can see some of the belts and scarves, and then in the back we will get into some of that stuff. But here's the scarf and the bandana. It looks like it's in the original like brown and tan print, and then it's in the red and white print that has came out this year. Here is the hat right here. I don't know if you guys can see this hat. It just says Supreme on the bill, and then it's all leather, and it has a Louis Vuitton little leather patch, and then it has their print all over it. Again, pretty sick. I don't know about the hat in general for myself. But very, very sick design. And then here are some accessories. You guys can see these just look like little key rings or key tags. This is probably just a piece of leather with Supreme on it. That is very, very sick in my opinion. I would love to have that on my keys for sure. And then you got a little knife right here with again the LV print with the box logo on a keychain, like a little keychain knife. There's pins, knives, leather strips. There's just a bunch of accessories. And then we will get into some of the pieces that I favor the most. Here is the skateboards. Honestly, these are super, super sick. God damn, that red one is just so fucking dope. I would love to have that skateboard. These things are probably going to be very expensive. Again, this is an item that I think will drop with Supreme. Supreme will probably drop these in store and online whenever they do drop this collection. But damn, there is the original print, the tan and brown. And then here is the red and white, in my opinion, is the sickest one. Very sick deck. Just a super clean graphic on a deck. It looks very, very sick. Here's a better up close picture of one, and then you got some sunglasses on the top right there. Definitely one of my favorite pieces. And then we will get into, here is this trunk, dude. There's two trunks. It looks like there's a giant big ass trunk and then there's a smaller trunk. These things, Louis Vuitton sells these without Supreme's branding on them, and these things are stupid expensive. There is one on the Louis Vuitton website, or was previously, and it was like $23,000. These things are all leather. Again, it's just like, even if Supreme dropped this shit and this shit even costs 10 grand, like nobody's gonna buy that shit, dude. Like, or I mean, maybe some people would, but like the normal 95% of people that buy Supreme can't afford that shit, including myself. But damn, this is one of my favorite pieces for sure. Definitely keep your keepsake goods in this thing. Damn, it is super sick. There is 2 sizes right here. That big one is super dope, along with the small one. Here is a picture of the Supreme and Louis Vuitton one, and then here is a picture of just the Louis Vuitton one. I don't know if you guys could see in the corner. It says $24,700 is the price for just the Louis Vuitton one. So who knows about the Supreme one, dude. Here is another one of my favorite items that I believe will drop with Supreme, and that is this Supreme Arc logo Louis Vuitton crew neck sweatshirt. Damn, this thing is so clean and so sick. This sweatshirt mimics one dropped in 2015, Supreme Arc logo crew neck sweatshirt. But this one is the same idea, the same style, except inside the Supreme it has the Louis Vuitton print. Oh my lord, if this thing drops, I don't give a fuck how much it is. I am copping that sweatshirt. That thing is so clean, and probably out of all these items is my #1 favorite item. To be completely honest, that thing is super gangster and super sick. Another dope ass item is this, looks like this leather jacket, like this leather work jacket right here. And it has the LV print all the way through, and then down on the ribbing it says Supreme. I like how they did this. Instead of incorporate the Supreme logo inside the design on the garment itself, I like how that's all just Louis Vuitton, and then on the bottom on the ribbing it says Supreme. And I would imagine the cuffs are probably red with white stripes, and maybe even the collar too if it has one. Another very sick piece. If this is all leather, damn, that thing is gonna be expensive, but again, very sick. Even in some of those pictures you guys saw shoes. Here's an up close of one of the pairs of shoes, these Louis Vuitton loafer things. Very ugly in my opinion, but probably to some rich old people, these things are probably sick as hell. I mean, I can appreciate the work for sure, but to me personally, I would definitely pass on these. But very sick, just a white shoe with a gum sole on the bottom. It says Louis Vuitton, and then it has a little hint of that Supreme and Louis Vuitton red and white design. There is an up close of the shoe. And then that's basically what I got from it, dude, straight up. I mean, there's a lot of items and a lot of up close of everything. There's a bunch more shoes. I couldn't find really any up close of any more shoes or belts. But in this one picture you guys can see here, there's even baseball bats, dude. They got a baseball bat, all wooden bat with the Louis Vuitton and Supreme handle on it. And then there's gloves right there. I don't know if those are batting gloves or if those are like winter gloves or just leather gloves. But again, they got a bunch of stuff here, and this was just a fashion show, like on a runway. They're just showcasing items. I don't think for sure, I don't know, I could be wrong, I don't know if any of these items are dropping for sure, and when they're dropping and who's dropping them. But somebody posted something and said that some of the Supreme and Louis Vuitton items will drop July 17th 2017 in temporary locations. So maybe it's going to be pop-up shops, maybe Supreme and Louis Vuitton pop-up shops. To me personally, just having some knowledge of the brand, I don't really see Supreme doing that. They've never done that before. I don't see them doing them for this. But who knows, maybe all this stuff is going to drop just with Louis Vuitton, or maybe Supreme, like I said, eventually later in the season of spring, summer, or maybe fall, winter, we'll have a collection with just a few items. And like I said, I think the skateboard will be included in that. I think the box logo will be included in that. I think the ARC logo will be included in that. Maybe the scarf. But you know, some of these other more expensive items are so sick, and everybody's going crazy over them on Instagram. But the reality of it is, most of these items are in the very high hundreds or even into the thousands and tens of thousands of dollars for these items. So the reality of us getting into these items is probably slim to none, but who knows? Nonetheless, all this stuff is very sick. I thought I would share it with you guys just because I gained information on it. And again, those of you who aren't every day searching for this shit, maybe you guys don't know, so I wanted to show you guys. So let me know what you guys think about this collaboration. Let me know what you guys think about the items I showed you. Let me know what's your favorite one, what you think about the collaboration, what you think will drop, what you think will not, and if it does, what are you guys gonna cop? For sure on my hit list, if it does drop, is the deck, the box logo shirt, of course, and then the Supreme Arc logo Louis Vuitton. Damn, that thing is clean as hell. But damn, fuck Travis Scott, dude. Straight up, dude's got the Supreme Louis Vuitton box logo on. That shit is hard as fuck. So let me know what you guys think about the video. Thanks for watching. I just wanted to give you guys some information because I'm trying to stay on top of it on this channel. If anything's happening Supreme, I want you guys to be able to come to this channel and get the information that you guys need to proceed and cop what you want. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and we will see you guys on the next video. Peace.